Alfred. Nice to meet you. Wouldn't you like to sit down?
No.
Why not?
Because couches make us unequal.
Would you like to sit somewhere else?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have another chair, so... So, Alfred, tell us about your perspective on humans and their personalities.
Yes, so I believe that when we are born, we see ourselves as inferior to capable adults. This inferiority, in turn, is what drives us to accomplish our goals while seeking superiority. Some of us, though, don't compensate correctly for our inferiority and develop an inferiority complex, which might then lead to a superiority complex to hide our feelings of inferiority.
Oh, I know somebody like that in my psych class. Wow, Alfred, that's really interesting. So don't you feel that our experiences as children, how we're raised, affect us for the rest of our lives?
When we are children, we are raised by our parents, and we learn to get things certain ways, whether it be by being nice, manipulative, or even whining. The list goes on and on. And then we determine our style of life. I think there are 4 main styles of life: ruling, aggressive, dominating people who don't have much social interest or cultural interaction; getting, dependent people who take their rather than give; avoiding, people who try to escape life's problems and take little part in socially constructive activity; and socially useful, people with a great deal of social interest and activity. All these styles come from how we got things as a kid that we wanted and how our parents raised us. But I do not just look at the relationship between parents and children, but siblings as well. I think birth order comes into play. Older children tend to be perfectionists, rule followers. They grow up with a lot of pressure to succeed from their parents, who at that point are probably following some book on how to raise a child. Middle children, though, tend to be natural mediators who have large friend circles because they feel forgotten. Who am I, they ask. I'm not the oldest. I'm not the youngest. Then we have the youngest children, who are the most laid back. Most times, parents have stopped trying by this child, and they figured the last 2 survived. This one will be fine. This child happens to be the most outgoing and usually tests their limits. Then, of course, we have the only children child. Always have their parents' attention, so they may either end up like the first child with much pressure on them, or a spoiled child like the youngest can become. Twins, on the other hand, tend to have a dominant and a submissive twin, but they also tend to be more likely to become lonely because they have had a friend since birth. Identical twins are more likely to be like the same person, whereas fraternal have that sibling rivalry we all know.
So what do these tendencies then lead to in life? I already talked about styling in life and inferiority versus superiority, but what does this have to do with society?
I'm glad you asked. I believe we all have a social interest. For us to succeed and chase superiority, we must also help other people. If one is optimistic, giving, and has a genuine interest in the welfare of others, they will be happy, feel wanted, and valuable.
Wow, that's so interesting. So, we have a couple of mean tweets that we want you to read. Would you be willing to do that?
I don't think I have a choice, do I?
No.
At Freud. How does it feel being second best psychoanalyst? I don't know, Freud. How's your mother? At Captain. You are inferior to me. I don't respond to inanimate or inferior objects. At the middle child. I can bench 224 pounds, boy. Can someone say superiority complex?
I think that's enough for today.